see. This one has a lot of ColourPop in it too, but it's got a few other palettes mixed in, so we'll start with those first because they're right up front. This is the Colored Rain Queen Bee palette. Love the packaging on this. Still in the sleeve. There we go. Love the packaging. The wings flap. This one is absolutely stunning. Definitely not going anywhere. Love Colored Rain shadows. I feel like they've kind of fallen off a little bit, but man, their shadows are incredible. Then I've got the Nabla Cutie palette. Not sure why I have this in the box. The box can go bye-bye. Okay, so this is what this looks like. It is a beautiful kind of warm tone neutral palette. Although I feel like that's more of a cool tone, so it's a little bit of a mixture. I really like this, and I really like Nabla's shadows, so I'm hanging on to this, and I love 6pan palettes. I love curated palettes, so yeah, definitely hanging on to this. This is another Colored Rain. This is the Neutral Chic palette, and it's just that. It's a very neutral palette, but it's gorgeous, and those shimmers on top, whew, so pretty, and I love that you can go really deep with it with this shade right here. So yeah, I really, really like this. Definitely staying in my collection. Then I've got another Nabla Cutie palette. This is the Platinum palette. It's a cool tone lover's dream. So pretty. I don't know if they still have these around or not, but if they do, I highly recommend them. They are stunning palettes. Then I have another Nabla, which is in the box for some reason. Get rid of that. This is the Midnight palette. And again, I'm not into blues, but these blues are, they're unique. And I really love this super deep navy blue right here. So yeah, I really like this palette. It's very pretty. It's going nowhere. Alright, now just two more that aren't ColourPop. We'll cover those. This is the Dose of Colors Smoky Soiree. Stunning cool tone palette. Absolutely stunning. Going nowhere. And again, 5pan palettes. I love that they're just curated and easy to use. You don't have to do a lot of thinking. And then this is the Dose of Colors Cutting Edge palette. And this is a nice grungy green palette. So pretty. So pretty. I wish that Dose of Colors would come out with another palette. I feel like they kind of dropped off a little bit too. I don't know why. Alright, this is the Barbie, Malibu Barbie in ColourPop. I absolutely love this palette. I did so many good looks with this palette. This is a perfect spring summer palette. She's going nowhere. Okay, then I have the Daisy Does It. And I really like this one because it's got a lot of those cool tones. You can go super deep and grungy, or you can lighten it up and be all, you know, summertime or springtime. I really do like this palette. So she's staying. This one I think was kind of like their take on a 90s release. This is called Plush Like Me, and it actually has like velvet on here. I just love their packaging. And I really like this palette. I really do. It's a little grungy. Can make it a little romantic. Come on, focus. It's hard with that shiny background. There we go. There we go. Yes, love it. Keeping it for sure. All right. Then I've got the Fortune palette. I used to have the Fame, but I think I got rid of that. The one that matched up to it. This one I did like a lot. It was really pretty. But I think it served its time. It's time to let it go. Then I have the Not a Box of Chocolates. Love this palette. Beautiful neutral palette with lots of textures in it. So pretty. Going nowhere. Then I have the Lust for Dusk palette. Oh, the packaging is stunning. And again, I don't know, it's just a unique palette. I really like it. You've got a lot of cool tones in there, grungy shades. Really, really like it. So yeah, keeping that one. Then I have Ticket to Dreamland. This one's really pretty, but yeah, I think I'm gonna let her go. Haven't reached for that in a long time. Then I've got on the list, I just love this packaging. And I do really like this palette. I do really like this palette. I don't know what it is that draws me to it. It's just got some unique shades and it's got some romantic pinks without being too bubblegum pink, and I like it. So I'm going to hold on to that one. Then there's the Limoncello palette. I absolutely love this palette. It is a cool palette. A little grungy, you can go deep with it. It's got some cool yellows in it. So yes, I'm hanging on to that one. Let's see, I've got Garden Variety. And yes, I really love this one. It's a nice, beautiful spring palette. I really like this one. Hanging on to that one. Then I have the Hocus Pocus Gather Round Sisters. This one is going nowhere. I loved this palette. I think they did such a great job with the color story. The shadows are just gorgeous. She is here to stay. Then I have the Mulan. Again, they did a fabulous job on this one. Even though there's those glitters, but those glitters were a little bit more unique. So, yeah, I really like this one. And then Star Wars, need I say more? Nostalgic, not getting rid of Star Wars. Even if it isn't necessarily my color scheme. It's got some really cool shades in there. I love how they did these marbled shades here. I don't know, it's just very unique and very fun. And again, Star Wars, going nowhere. And I did keep the packaging for this one because I love the box. Okay. I have the Disney Designer Collection Midnight Masquerade. I feel like this one has served its time. I can let this one go. It's really pretty. It really is, but I'm going to let it go. Then I have the Hocus Pocus 2. And I really did like this palette as well. Kind of another quintessential Halloween palette, but I don't know, I really liked it. So, yeah. Hanging on to that one. And then I've got Sweet Talk. And I feel like this one is perfect for this year since peaches are the Pantone color of the year. So yes, I definitely plan on reaching for that this spring. So I am hanging on to this one. And then we've got Truly Madly Deeply. Don't know why it's still in the box, but we don't need that. And I absolutely love this one. I don't know, I just love it. I had some unique tones to it. It's got some pinks, but again, not bubblegum pinks. You've got some kind of purpley shades, and I don't know, it's a fun color story if I can get it to focus for you guys. There, that's better. It does have some pressed glitters, not my favorite, but that's okay, I can get over that. And then I've got the ColourPop with the Muppets Holidays, Holidays, Holidays. Love. Super cute. Not the quintessential Christmas palette by any means, but just some really cool shadows in here, and I put together some pretty creative looks with this one, so I really do like this one. I keep looking at my mirror instead of the camera, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm out of practice, so please forgive me. That's so rude. Just a few more of these. And then I've got the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which they did re-release this year, which I'm so glad they did so more people could get their hands on it, because it is a great palette. This is more of a quintessential Christmas palette, but it's got a lot of great neutrals in it too, so you can really like use it year-round. You don't just have to use it during the holidays, and it's just beautiful. So yes, definitely hanging on to it. Let's see, All I See Is Magic. This one I've had forever, and I think it's time to let her go. She's pretty, but she's old. Time to let her go. I don't even know if the shadow quality is there anymore. I mean, yeah, kind of, but I'm gonna let her go. Let's see, then I have the Disney Designer Collection. This one I really like. It's very romantic, but you can take it very deep since you've got the black in here and you've got these deep browns down here. So yeah, I'm hanging on to it. Plus it's a little nostalgic. I love me some Disney. And then last but not least is the Sandstone, which I believe there's a lot of controversy on this one, which I don't care. It's a stunning palette. Beautiful, beautiful shades. Lots of beautiful neutral shades, and then some pops of green in there. Just really, really, really pretty. So, and that yellow, it's beautiful. So yeah, definitely hanging on to that one. Okay, time for another bin. All right, this bin is a mishmash of all kinds of brands. So we'll start off with this Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions. I don't think these are even made anymore, but this is one of my all-time favorite smoky palettes. When I think of a smoky eye, I definitely think of this one. I love it. So she's going nowhere. And then I have the Amethyst Obsessions. And I really do like the unique tones that she has in here. So yeah, I'm holding on to this one as well. You know me and my purples. And then I've got the Nude Medium palette. She's seen some better days. Dropped her, broke a few. I do like her, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna let her go. I don't really reach for her anymore, so I'm gonna let her go. Then I have the Huda Beauty Wild Jaguar palette. Another gorgeous smoky palette. Love, 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 love this palette. So yes, hanging on to this one. And then I have the Wild Python with these gorgeous greens and some pop of coral and kind of a neon yellow. Love it. Very unique, very fun color story. Definitely keeping that. I've got the Milani Most Wanted Outlaw Olive. And I think for the drugstore, these are pretty good shadows. So yes, I'm definitely keeping this. I do want to have some good drugstore shadows in my collection. And then I just love this one. This is the Rose Revenge. Very rosy toned, and take it to a little bit of purple. Very pretty. Really like that one. So definitely hanging on to that one. This is an indie brand called Saints, Angels, and Sinners. And it was collaborated with Funny Butter. It's called We'd Be Cute Together. And I don't know, it's just a really fun palette. I love the purples, and then those two shimmers there are really unique. So yeah, I really like it. So I'm hanging on to that one. Oh, there's another Nabla Cutie palette. This is the Coral palette. And again, absolutely love it. They put a lot of different textures in their palettes, and it's just really pretty. So yes, definitely hanging on to that one. I've got some Juvia's Place palettes here. I've got the Sweet Pinks by Juvia's Place. And this is definitely Barbie pink, but I actually love this palette. I actually paired that palette with this one right here, the Berries palette, and came up with just the most stunning look. So, so, so pretty. So, and Juvia's, their quality is just so good. And then I've got the mauves. And I absolutely love this palette. And this duochrome right here is stunning. So yes, keeping all three of those. Let's see. And then I've got the Sugar Drizzle, Paint Me Green, and Call Me a Pickle, because I'm done dealing with you. And I love this palette. It's a nice green palette with a little bit of a pop of a shifty pink. It like shifts to pink to green. Don't know if you can see that, unfortunately. I don't think the camera's picking it up, but it's a very unique palette, and I definitely love it. I've got another Nabla Cutie palette. This is the Wild Berry palette. Can you tell that I like Nabla? Beautiful. Just stunning. Love it. So yes, I'm keeping it. I've got these two from LA Girl, and unfortunately I don't think they make these anymore, but they're really good quality. This is the Keep It Playful Playmate palette. This is more of like a rosy tone palette. I'm going to go ahead and let this go because, like I said, I don't think they make it anymore. However, I'm not letting this one go because it's a really good smoky palette. This is Downplay, and it's kind of like the Huda Obsessions palette in a way. If you put them next to each other, very similar. So yeah, I'm keeping it. I like this one a lot. Very good quality. Alright, and then I have the Viseart. I can't read that. It's their neutral matte. I mean, the matte quality on Viseart is unmatched, and this is a great palette to reach for if you just want a really quick thrown together eye. So very cohesive, very easy to work with. Love it. I've got this collaboration with Shroud Cosmetics and Butte Bean. It's freaking bats. And it's just a very unique color story, and it's a Halloween palette. Come on, focus. There we go. It's just stunning. So yes, definitely hanging on to that one. And then I've got Kaleidos. I don't know if they make these anymore. These are the Futurism. This is a Futurism 7 Sashimi City. This is the nude one that they came out with. If I can get the plastic off. Come on. And that is what that looks like. Very pretty. I mean, it's simple, but I mean, you just get a gorgeous look out of it. Their shimmers are just next level. And then this is the Futurism 6 Lunar Lavender. So of course I'm keeping that because, you know, I love me some purples. And I really like the purples that they have in here. And they mixed it in with some neutrals to make it a little easier for those who like to still stick a little neutral, you know, like neutral and then a pop of color. So definitely love those. Those are staying. Then I have the Glamlight Scooby-Doo, their original ones. I've got the Creeps and Crawls. This is a beautiful jewel tone palette. Lots of beautiful purples and teals. So definitely staying. Love this palette. And then I've got the Scooby-Doo Ruh-Roh Raggy. And I don't know why I still have the box. Get rid of that. And that's what it looks like. And then this are beautiful greens and teals and blues. So pretty. So yes, definitely keeping. Alright, I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, which was discontinued, although they did come out with like a 9-pane palette that kind of captured a lot of, I guess, the popular shades, but I love this one. She is going nowhere. She still works just as great as she did when I bought her. So pretty. I love the cool tone, so yes, she's staying. Then I have the Sigma Enchanted palette. And I just think this is very unique and beautiful. I think they did a great job with this one. And I love Sigma palettes, so yes, she's staying. And then of course I've got the Cinderella palette. I didn't get any of the other princess ones, or the Alice in Wonderland and the Beauty and the Beast. I didn't get those, but I did get this one. Not to say I didn't want those, but again, low buy, no buy, so I didn't get them. But yes, I absolutely love this palette, so she's staying as well. And then I've got Ace Beauté Classical Paradise. If you're looking for a fall and a palette, this is your girl right here. And this is a reformulated version, and since they reformulated a couple years, 2-3 years ago, their formula is incredible. Highly recommend Ace Beauté if you've never tried them. And so definitely keeping that one. And then this is their purple one, Paradise Fallen. And yeah, love it. It's a very like cool tone. It's got some warmer tones in there, but mostly it's a cool tone palette, and I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. Let's see what's back here. This is Pinky Rose Exotic Peacock. And again, jewel tones, stunning, so pretty. Although, if I'm being honest, their shimmers are kind of very lackluster, and I go for very bling shimmers, so I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. Alright, next up I have the Adept Cosmetics and Heather Austin palette. Yeah, this one is here to stay. She is going nowhere. I love Adept Cosmetics and I love Heather Austin, and I think she did a phenomenal job with this. The camera does not do it justice because there are a lot of shifty shades in here. Now that I'm moving it around, you can kind of see some of the shifts, I think, but stunning, stunning palette. She's going nowhere. And then, last but not least in this bin is Spooked. This was with Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny. If you don't follow her on Instagram, you should. She does a lot of mock-up palettes that she's just super, super creative. So, yeah, I loved this palette. And of course, it's a Halloween palette. So, again, keeping, not going anywhere. Very good quality. I think she did a phenomenal job with this. So yeah, definitely staying. Alright, on to another bin. Be right back. Alright, this bin is all my Natasha Denona palettes. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera again. This bin is all my Natasha Denona palettes. I'm gonna be honest, I probably won't get rid of very many of these because I love Natasha Denona. She has one of my absolute favorite eyeshadow palette formulas. So, yeah, no. Alright, we're going to start off with the bronze palette. And this is what she looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. Although I don't wear warm tones a ton. When I wear this, I always love my looks, and it makes my green eyes pop, so absolutely keeping her. Then I have the Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette. This one's the light version. And while I'm not usually one to like blushes and highlighters and stuff mixed with eyeshadows, I do like that she put this flap on here to protect the blush and highlighter from the eyeshadows. This is just such an easy look to put together, and the blush and the highlighter are stunning. I don't know if my blush is dried out. I know some people complained that theirs did, but mine did a little bit, but now that I'm warming it up, it's good. It's still working, so yeah, I'm keeping her. Even if the blush didn't work, I'd still keep her for the eyeshadows, so oh yeah, that's pretty. It just needs to be warmed up. It's like kind of got a topper on it. Alright, and then I've got the Zendo palette. Again, not sure why I have this in the box. Bye-bye box, Zendo palette. And I really do like this color story as well. You've got a lot of warm tones, and then you've got these really cool greens and teals over here. Got some good neutrals along the way as well, so I feel like it's a really good, easy palette to work with. Let's see. Then I've got the Sunrise palette. Again, another stunning palette. Well, I don't wear reds all that much. This one just, I don't know, it's very cohesive, especially since she has those yellows in there and those golds and bronzes. It works. It works very well. It's a very pretty palette, and she's got some unique shades in there. And then we have the Love palette. And I do really like this palette as well. Not my favorite, but I like the purple tones in here, and I like some of the pinks in here. It's a very, again, romantic palette, perfect for Valentine's Day, which was a Valentine's Day release, I do believe. And then I've got the Trio Chrome palette. Again, not sure why I have the box, but I do. So there's the Trio Chrome palette. And this is what she looks like. Absolutely stunning. Now, her multi-chromes aren't as special as some indie brands, but it's still a really good palette. And that mini blue that I showed towards the beginning, that was her basically addition to this to add a blue row, is the way she explained it. So that's why I got it. Plus it had some really cool, couple really cool shades in there. Alright, next I have, this is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Natasha Denona Star palette. If I can get her open. Absolutely love this palette. So much you can do with this palette. It's just stunning. Like, oh, this green brown. So pretty. It is the green brown of all green browns. So pretty. So, yeah, I do love this palette. Now, these, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep, if I'm being completely honest. These are her 28 palettes. This one is the purple blue. Whoop. And I am ashamed to say that I've never used it. I did get these on a really good sale, but I don't know, the purples just aren't my tones of purples. And I don't know. I think I'm gonna let it go. I think I'm gonna let it go. Kind of can't believe I'm doing that, but I think I'm gonna let it go. And then this one is the green brown palette. So again, she's really pretty, but I don't know. It's mostly shimmers, only a few mattes, and I don't know, maybe it's just too overwhelming for me. Sorry, I wasn't holding it up enough. I don't know. I'm just not drawn to them, so I'm gonna let those go. I have a really good friend that I think will love those, so they're gonna go to her. Alright, I have the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. This is one of my absolute favorite palettes right now. I've used this so much since I got it. I can't believe you don't see more dips in there because she's stunning. So pretty, so easy to use. And then there's the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. And again, absolutely stunning, nice and grungy. I love the greens and this like fluorescent yellowish green. I love it. Alright, now this one, the Natasha Denona Xenon palette, I have not used it yet. This is one that I'm going to put in I need to do a video on it because I think it's a stunning palette. I mean, look at that, the stars on there. I think it's a stunning palette. It's just nothing but grays and not really even blacks, but a bunch of grays. This shade right here is kind of pink, depending on which way you look at it, but I look good in cool tones, so I definitely still want this palette and I want to keep it, but I'm going to put it over in my drawer for the ones I need to make videos with first. So I'm going to set that aside so I don't lose that. And my mix, and then this is one of my absolute favorites. This is the Natasha Denona Glam palette. This is her more cool tone palette. I've done so many good looks with this. It's so easy to use. Absolutely love this palette. I feel like I'm saying that about all of them though, because again, this is another one. This is the My Dream palette. And yeah, she did a really good job with this palette. I really, really like this palette a lot. So, so pretty. Okay, and then we've got the Retro palette. Beautiful berry tones. Very romantic. This would be another great like Valentine's Day palette, I think. Love this palette. She's here to stay. Now this one, this is the Lila palette. Honestly, I never reach for this one. She's pretty. I just never reach for her. I don't know why. She's got some beautiful shades in here. But I guess maybe, I don't know, her shimmers that she does now are just spectacular compared to these. These are more satins, and I don't really go for satins. If I'm going to wear a shimmer, I want some sparkle in my eye. So I am going to let this one go as well. And then this is her gold palette, which I think was discontinued, which is a real shame because this is a stunning palette. Absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. So many different variations of gold, and then beautiful mattes to go with it, and even the teals that she added to it, just, I don't know, they're flattering even with the gold. So love it. And then this is her Circo Loco palette. This was her colorful palette, and I had a blast with this palette. I did a video with several looks, I think, and I had so much fun, and I need to pull this out again, especially in the spring summer, because these shades are gorgeous. Just so pretty. I really do like this palette. I do think she could have done it in a midi instead of the full size, but otherwise love it. And then this is the Metropolis palette, which I think this one was discontinued as well. I believe it was a limited edition palette, which is such a shame because it's just like, it's perfect. It's grungy, it's neutral, it's a little bit in between. You've got a pop of blue, pop of red in there, but overall just, I don't know, just gorgeous. Very, very cohesive and just fun to play with. You can get a totally different look every time you play with it, and I've just had so much fun with that palette. So, okay, now I'm going to go to, oh, somehow an Ofra one got snuck in here. This is the Ofra Signature Galaxy palette. This must be the purple one. I think that's the only one I kept. Yep, this is the purple one. So yes, I'm keeping her for sure, but I want to put her elsewhere because she got mixed in with Natasha Denona. Okay, let's see. This is the Iona palette. This one is just okay. It's a cool tone palette, but the shimmers aren't anything special, and I don't reach for it, so I'm going to let that one go. This is the Cupid palette. Again, I don't reach for burgundies and reds a whole lot, so I'm going to let that one go as well. Okay, then this is the cranberry palette. Yes, this one I absolutely love. This one is stunning, especially this color right here. So pretty. So pretty. Oh, love it. Yes, keeping that one for sure. Okay, and then I've got, I think this is a BoxyCharm one, Peak palette, and it's okay, but I don't know, maybe if you take out the orange I'd like it, maybe without the orange. I just don't like orange shadows all that much, but it's just okay, and I never reach for it, so I'm going to let that one go. Then we have the Coral palette, and this one's a really cool palette. I do like this palette, so I am going to hang on to this palette. Okay, I think this was another, no, this wasn't BoxyCharm. This is one of her Eyeshadow Palette 5. And it says Palette 12. I don't know. I don't think she makes these anymore. I do like this one. They're more satiny. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let it go. And then this one, I think came in a BoxyCharm too. This is the Jubilee, but this one's fun. So it's just got fun, bright pops of color, and it's got this really cool, deep navy blue in it. So I am going to hold on to that one. And then I've got a few of her mini palettes. So I've got the Mini Glam. Absolutely stunning. Definitely not going anywhere. If it would focus. There we go. So pretty. Keeping her. This is the Mini Retro. Love that with the greens. Very pretty. And the Mini Gold. Stunning. I love the greens in there as well. And of course that pop of gold. And then the last one I have is the Mini Nude. Very pretty. Very easy and cohesive to make a look. So definitely holding on to all four of those. So yeah, that is my Natasha Denona collection. Alright, I will be right back with another bin. Alrighty, a lot of these are drugstore palettes, so let's start in the back. This company is no longer around. It's C-Color Cosmetics. This is their Diamond palette. It's just an all shimmer palette, and their shimmers were okay, but I'm going to let that go. Again, they're not around anymore, and I have better shimmers. And then I've got the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. This one I really do like. I like the honey tones in here. I think they did a really good job with this palette, so I'm going to hang on to this one. Then I've got a BH Cosmetics palette. This is Smitten in Switzerland. And I really do like this palette, but BH has kind of dropped off the map. So I think I'm just going to let it go. I haven't reached for this in a long time. Then I have Passion in Paris. Gorgeous palette. Stunning. But I never reach for it, so I'm going to let it go. This is the Weekend Vibes Avocado Toast. That's what the palette looks like. That was the sleeve. This one, I do like it a lot, but I've got a lot of green, so again, I'm going to just let it go. I don't know what's going on with BH Cosmetics since Makeup Revolution bought them out. Kind of a shame. Then I have one from LA Girl. This is Break Free. This is me. And honestly, yeah, kind of this is me in a palette. Look at that. Look at all those purples and berry tones, and it's just really pretty. And these palettes are really good quality. I don't know if they still come out with these palettes or not, but they are really good quality. Let's see, put you back up in there. And then I've got a bunch of Profusion palettes, which I like a lot. I like having affordable options in my collection. This is Meadow. Really pretty. Nice fall color palette. And then I have the mauves. Again, very pretty. I like that. And then I have the violets. Very pretty. I keep saying very pretty to everything. And then I really love the emeralds. I think they put some really unique shades in here. I think they did a really good job with this one. Let's see. I have the citrine. Kind of reminiscent of the Naked Honey a little bit. So yeah, I like this one. Let's see, I have the Spectrum, which is like a rainbow palette. And quality is not too bad on this one, so I like it. I like having this as a drugstore option for a rainbow palette. Then I have the e.l.f. New Classics, which I think is a really pretty neutral palette. So yeah, I'm gonna hang on to that one. However, I don't know if they even have this one anymore. This is the 18 Hit Wonders, kind of a rainbow palette. I'm gonna let that one go. Okay. And then I have a couple Odin's Eye here. This is the Erd palette. And I really do like this palette. It's a green palette. And that's a split pan right there in the middle. And those are super, super shimmery and blinding. Then I have the Verdandi. This one is not my favorite, so I am going to let that one go. Alright, then I have the collaboration with Lethal Cosmetics and Teresa is Dead. It's called Lethal is Dead. This is the first one. I didn't get the second one. But I really like the shades in this, so, and I really like the quality of Lethal Cosmetics, so I'm hanging on to that one. And then I have the Metamorphosis from Pink Crush Cosmetics in collaboration with Krista Rice Makeup. And this is a really pretty kind of jewel tone palette too, with lots of really pretty purples. So yep, she's going nowhere. Very pretty. I don't think I've actually used this one, so I need to pull her out and use her. Maybe I'll set her aside to do that. I only have, I think, two Too Faced palettes in my collection. I have the Gingerbread palette, which still smells yummy, and I really do like the color story on this one. But if I'm being honest, I never reach for it, so I'm going to let it go. And then I have the Chocolate Gold palette. And I think they did really good with this one. They had really incredible shimmers, but I have better shimmers, so I'm going to let it go. Oh, it still smells so good though. And then last but not least, I have another Profusion palette in Fuchsia. So I really like that one too. So yep, hanging on to all of those Profusion palettes. I just think they're really fun and affordable. So there you go. I think that's everything. Yep, that's everything in that bin. Wow, that was a lot of palettes I let go of. There's that. I think I forgot to show you what I let go of in the Natasha Denona, because I set them over here. Here's the Natasha Denona palettes that I let go. So let me go get another bin and put those out of the way. Alright, I was mistaken about Too Faced palettes. I have a whole bunch of their little mini palettes because I think they are adorable. So let's go through all of these, shall we? Okay. I have the Tickled Peach, which smells like peach. And that's what it looks like. And I think I might just hang on to that since peach is in this season. I have Hot Buttered Rum. It smells so good. But that's more of a warm neutral palette. Don't see myself reaching for it, so I'm going to let it go. Have the Let's Play palette. That's really cute and pink. I kind of like that. I think I'm going to hang on to that one. Then I have Kitty Likes to Scratch. I was so disappointed that they went away with their tin packaging when they released their Christmas ones this year. I was like, nope, I'm out. I don't know. This one just isn't calling to me. It's very pretty, but it's just not calling to me. So I'm going to let that one go. This one is That's My Jam. Yes, I like this one because of the pretty purples and whatnot, so I am going to hang on to that one. This one is the Christmas Coffee. Doesn't really smell. It's kind of a nice kind of warm neutral slash Christmas palette, but I don't see myself reaching for it, so I'm going to let that one go. Then there's the Forbidden Fruitcake. I like this one better, but again, it's not really calling to me. So, sorry, pull it back. Keep forgetting to pull it back. So I'm gonna let that one go. Then there is Major Love. I used to just want to collect them all just because they're so adorable, but I'm trying to get out of that phase. This one I do like a lot. I like the greens, and it's got kind of that unique, I don't know, citron, I don't know what that shade is, but anyways, very pretty. I like that. So yes, I'm going to hang on to this one. Then I have Salted Caramel. That one still smells really good. I do like that one. It's kind of a rosy tone. Very pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to that one. And then this one is Sugar Cookie. And I don't know. Just not my tone of purples. So I'm gonna let that one go. Okay, and then I have this Rusted Essence by Notoriously Morbid. I just was not a fan of the formula, unfortunately, so I'm gonna let that one go. It's super pretty, but I just wasn't a fan. Now, if you want some high quality shimmers from the drugstore or Flower Beauty, these 6-pan palettes, this one's Jungle Lights. Stunning. So creamy. Here, I'll swatch one. Let's do this one. So creamy. And pigmented, and goes a long way. I mean, look at that. That's like high end. Beautiful. So yes, that one is going nowhere. Definitely keeping her. Same with Desert Lights. So, so, so pretty. Stunning. Okay, and then I have some from Violet Voss. This is the Wild Dahlia. And I really like the grunginess of this. The cool tones and the grunginess. So yes, I'm keeping these. I still think that Violet Voss has really good... Oh, I'm mixing mine up. Those go away. These stay together. I still think that Violet Voss has really good quality shadows. So, and then this one is the Sweet Violet. Not sure why she's in the box, but she is. And I really like all of those tones in there. So I'm hanging on to that one, but I don't need the box. Then there is the the donut. Oh, I do not care. This one's more of a colorful one. It's fun. Yeah, that one's staying. That one's super fun. I like that one. And I like how small they are. So, getting rid of the box. Okay, then I have some from BH Cosmetics. I have these were their monthly ones. I don't know if it was Zodiac. Birthstone, that's what it was. It was Birthstone. So this is Pearl for June. And it's very pretty. But again, like I said, BH has just kind of fallen off. So I'm going to let it go. Then I have Amethyst for February. It's pretty, but like that's not my favorite tone of purple. That one's okay. That one's okay. That's a nice deepening shade. Don't like the pressed glitter, so I'm gonna let it go. And then I have Emerald for me. Oh, okay, this one I kind of love. Yeah, I think I'll hang on to this one. That's not bad. 1 out of 3.